Welcome to Beyond the Map, a survival ARPG set in a vast, procedurally generated fantasy world. After being stranded by a shipwreck, we'll need to build our base, gear up, and fight to survive while chasing better loot and stronger enemies. Join me as we explore strange biomes, craft legendary gear, and face terrifying monsters. So grab a snack and let's begin. We spawned in an island. With nothing on our head, I started gathering the materials that were scattered on the ground. So I picked up some stone and wood. With the materials collected, I made myself the wooden spear. And also the stone lumber axe. Now, with the axe, it's time to try chopping some wood. I need a lot of wood in order to craft a workbench. And something really unfortunate happened while I was chopping down wood. I did not expect that trees can actually kill you. First death. Crazy. Good thing my spawn point is just besides where I died, so I got my stuff back pretty fast. After chopping down all the wood, I now made a workbench. And with this workbench, we have unlocked a lot of new recipes like armors. There's also a bow that we can make, so I made one right away, and arrows. Afterwards, I crafted a couple of stuff, just the basics, a bed, campfire, and then a wall and some roof. This is enough for now. I will expand my base once I get more materials. As I went around to gather materials, I eventually encountered an enemy in the game. So I dodged his arrows left and right. This was a pretty fun combat because you can actually actively dodge enemy projectiles. For melee enemies, they're easily killed without even getting near you. And wow, I'm eating all the arrows there. My bad. So in this game, monsters drop skills that you can learn. So now we have this old soldier's badge that teaches us a sweeping strike. And then we have the marine's manual that gives us the ability to do an aim shot. Alright, so let's try this thing out. See if it's powerful. But before I head out again, let me just craft a couple of armors with the linen I got from defeating those zombies. Alright, so we see a turtle here. Let's try our aim shot. The damage is pretty great, honestly, but needs more work. And look at this, we have some mage enemies joining the fight. Very easy to dodge, just sidestep left and right. There's so many of them in the beach that I've been leveling up a lot just by killing them. And I would have enough materials now to craft myself the full armor set. So I went home and crafted myself a lot of new stuff. I also got an item that enabled me to learn Fireball, so now all I really need to do is distribute my skill points. Resetting the skills in the game is free, so we can just experiment with whatever skill we want, and that'd be fine. Fireball! Okay. Oh wait, what? Fireball. 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 Oh wait, there's mana in the game. I'm dumb. And here I thought I could just spam the heck out of it without thinking about mana. I totally forgot there is mana. Anyways, before I resume my adventure, I decided to go and do some base building first. Not really a good architect, so all I really plan to do on making this base is just make it as simple as possible but spacious. Up again? And this is the final product. You can't really see the roof once I'm inside, but when I'm outside, you can view it. I also added a little roof for my campfire, so if ever there's rain, it wouldn't go out. Sometimes monsters will visit your base and attack, so you have to make sure you're alert, or else you'll die from being AFK in the base or something. For my next objective, it was to skin a dead animal, so I went to the forest and I found a wolf. It was pretty annoying how fast it chased me, but anyways, I took care of it and skinned it and got some leather scraps. I also fought a bear. It was honestly really scary to look at it chasing me like this, but with our fireball and our sweep, I took care of it easily. Upon getting home, I made myself the leather working station. This one had a lot of recipes for agility type character, basically the damage that would increase our bow. And I would need to hunt a lot of animals in order to craft everything, so that's one of my goals right now. I also crafted the tailoring table. With this thing, we can craft stuff that is for mages or intelligence. So we have the apprentice set at the moment. After making those two, I continued my adventure, killing more animals to get their leather, as well as locating wherever the ores that I need are. So here we have some copper, and I'll look for something later. I also found some boars in the wild. They're not that tanky like the bear, so they're fairly easy to deal with. But I just want you guys to see that there are boars in the game. Now that I had a lot of leather scraps, I can finally make some pieces of the savage set. So I crafted whatever I could. Next up, I made myself a kiln so I can start making some charcoal using wood. I made another one so we can double the progress with these charcoals. Afterwards, I decided to go to the beach and fight more of these undead guys because I needed their linen cloths. And now that I'm stronger, they are very easy to kill. They're just mostly level 1, at most like level 3. There was a treasure chest, but sadly, it's locked and I can't open it. So we'll come back for this later on once we find a key or something. I eventually found where the tin ores are, just near the river as described on the objectives. So yeah, time to mine all of these. Also, surprisingly, the monsters at the deeper forests are now higher level, but I'm also pretty strong now, so I ended their life pretty easily. Getting home, I made myself the furnace so we can start processing the tin and copper ores that we have gotten. I then crafted this thing called a water well, and what this does is when you drink water, you receive a buff that gives you the ability to heal or to regenerate 1% of your mana per second, and it's amazing. I also crafted myself a tin cooking pot, so now we can have better food buffs. We can insert the ingredients and like get various effects. And I crafted myself an anvil. With this, we can now create stuff that is for warriors. Afterwards, I just continued collecting more tins and more copper, as well as leather scraps. I do encounter occasional areas with a house and some chests, but most of the stuff I get is kind of trash. I don't even know what to make use of those gems. Right now, I'm honestly just enjoying massacring a lot of enemies using my melee weapon. It's so nice I can one-shot most of them with my sweep strike. But more or less, the archers and the mage can't really hit me as long as I'm actively moving. And when I got home, there was this event where I got raided again by monsters. But this time, there's like this 1-star monster, which I was surprised about because it's my first time fighting a monster with a star on its name. It was fairly tanky, but not really hard to deal with. Since it was an archer, I just dodged left and right, and it was no match at all. But it did have a multi-shot that I wanted, and it dropped the skill. So now, I also have a multi-shot. Immediately, I have learned the skill, and now we can try this out. Let's go. Aside from that, I've been enjoying the sweep skill recently, so I made myself the bronze greatsword. I also crafted a hunting bow, which significantly increased my range damage now. I also got this heavy armor from the monster we have defeated, so nice. I crafted a quiver, but sadly I can't wear a two-handed weapon if I equip a quiver, since the quiver is on an offhand. I wasted materials making the bronze sword. I should have crafted like a knife or something. Anyways, I resume my hunt for animals as I have a current objective of crafting or equipping uncommon gears, and I'm missing only the cloak and the boots. And once we're done with this, we can see our next objective. Level 9. What's that? Wow, wow, I got another part. Huh. So I realized when fighting starred enemies, they mostly drop a new skill or equipment. So it's pretty exciting to defeat them. And with this turtle, I got the Glyph of Turtle's Wisdom. Oh, awesome. Another new passive that I can learn. What the heck's that? Flamethrower! Oh my god, I'm burning. After killing that 1-star mage, I got an item called a Rune of Teleportation. This is needed in order to craft a teleporter. So now once we have more of this, we can just plant a lot of teleporters around the map so we can easily access areas we have been to already. Incinerate! Wait, it's not useful. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, you have to hold it down, I see. It's probably weak because I don't have an ounce of intelligence on my character, so no magic damage for me. Anyways, after my exploration, I went home and crafted the remaining gear that I would need to wear in order to complete my objective. And once that was done, I now had a new quest to search the coastline for other new members. But what I got was a location of a big skull, meaning it's probably a boss. And by the way, this is what the teleporter looks like. It's not useful since there's only one, but once we have more, we can teleport whenever we want. Also, I have a new skill that I learned called Charge. I am using this as a way to go to places faster or as a way to like dodge enemies. After all my shenanigans at base, I then went towards the location wherever the boss was. And oh my god, I felt so strong now with all my new gear. Leveling up is so easy since there's like so many of these zombies to kill. So I've been leveling up a lot just by killing them. Also, I've been encountering a lot of those 1-star mages. So now we have some stock of a Rune of Teleportation. So whenever my inventory is full, I can just craft myself a teleportation device and go home and store my items. I can easily dismantle them and you get like 100% of the items back that you used to make them. So yeah, portable teleporter in my inventory. Anyways, I got very close to where the boss was and now it's time for the boss fight. He drowned. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't outrun this guy. Oh no. Oh no. I have a hard time. Oh wait, when he's on Berserk state, I have a hard time dodging him. But he's not that hard. Did I run out of mana or something? Oh my god, I'm dying. Is there a no glyph for like running away? No mana, no mana. You damn cook. You're dead. You're dead. Nice. Oh my god. Let's go. What's this? Wow. Alright, so we have defeated the boss and we got some legendary items out of it. So I'm pretty happy with this result. I also got a key and now I can open up treasure chests in the sea that we couldn't before. And so I just continued my havoc of defeating a lot of these monsters around the sea. I was looking for a treasure chest so that we can get an item that our quest is wanting us to get. And after a few battles, finally I found a treasure chest and got the items I need to complete my quest. I also got an accessory out of the chest, so now we have like 2 rings that gives us a lot of bonus to our damage. I then continued my exploration along the coastline. I needed to open up more treasure chests. So it seems monsters do spawn after you leave them alone for a while. These guys are just the level 1 scrubs that we defeated before. So yeah, they're not hard to deal with. I'm just here to get the treasure chest that I couldn't open before. This is when I realized that the armor I was wearing was strength. I did not notice at all that it had no agility and did nothing for me whatsoever. So I wore the savage set that I made before, or anything that is a medium armor that added agility to me, and remove all the strength items that I worn since it did nothing to my bow. Afterwards, I crafted myself an enchanted table. Finally, with this enchanted table, I can enchant my rings, my armors with random enchantments that is available. Also, I can now use this thing as a trash can to like disenchant items I don't need at all. And it will give me something called a mana dust that I can use to enchant my gear. So I went to a little place that I turned into like a trash can because I did not really know how to dispose of like trash items I did not need. So finally, we had the enchantment table. We can disenchant this and they will permanently be gone in the game in exchange for mana dust. So awesome. For my rings, I enchanted one with mana on basic hit and another with HP on hit. As for the rest of my stuff, I just enchanted most of them with minor agility, which gives +5 each. Afterwards, I just continued going to the coastline again and looked for some random treasure chest. Disenchanted most of the trash that I get from my adventure and continue on. I also upgraded my bow since it is one of my objectives, and now it is a blue colored bow. I'm not sure if you call this rare since green is uncommon and legendary is orange. There's only 3 tiers: the green one, the blue one, and the orange one. Anyways, I was done with this island. It's now time to move on, but first we'll need to deal with some raiders that are trying to destroy my base. And now it's time to set sail and look for a new island. That is my current objective. Honestly, it did not take long for me to find an island, and I discovered one that is for level 13 and 19, and I think currently I'm around 14. There were new creatures here. I don't really know how to describe this, but it's like a wolf but a demon at the same time. There were also very tanky earth elementals. I was having trouble killing them and they hurt so much. But I played this right and just avoid like a melee conflict if I can and spam my arrows on their face, and I won. I continued vanquishing all the enemies that I see here. It's mostly just earth elementals in this area, so that's what I did. There was also a new type of mushroom here called Shade Light, and this thing adds, I believe, HP and MP or mana when you cook it. There were also the werewolves I said earlier. They're called Risen Howlers, and they give something called a Grim Hide once you skin them. Anyways, in one of the areas, I found some air elementals, and oh boy, these guys were tough. And they also summon like this wind magic where there's like this tornado that keeps coming at you non-stop. So unless you kill them, they will keep chasing you down and summon like their tornado magic. But I decided to run away and I could outrun them, but they still kept chasing me. So the best thing I could do is just keep shooting at them until they die, but my damage is like non-existent. It honestly took a while though, but slowly and one by one I have killed them. I really need upgrades on my weapon so I won't have any more trouble like this in the future. And looky, I got some new skills by defeating them. We have the Glyph of Wood Shadow, another passive ability that we can learn. And we have an Earth Strike, a melee attack skill. The Earth Strike is nice as it slows down the enemies that is approaching me so I can run away and shoot them with my bow and arrow. There are also undead enemies here. A warrior, a tank, a mage, and an archer. The warrior is pretty annoying but fairly easy to deal with. The strongest one here is this big guy right here. It's very tanky and it's very strong. So I'm doing my best not to get near it. The archer and the mages, well, the archer is not a problem. It's pretty weak. But the mage is annoying because it has a skill called Chain Lightning. And I can't avoid it. So as much as possible, I will need to destroy the mage first before everything else. So those skeleton guys were guarding this area, which has iron ores. So now, we can upgrade our gears to iron level. Let's go! I then went home and immediately started smelting all the irons that I got. I then took a look at the new armor sets that I can craft. So they are now level 20 and I'm pretty excited to get the entire set so I can become even stronger. I forgot to mention, I got this hurricane skill from the warrior that we have defeated before. So now I am pretty much very interested in trying out to become a melee character. Because the whirlwind and earth splitter are two really great skills. And I really like it because I can destroy or kill enemies very fast. And being a warrior, I have more defense, which means I can survive longer. But sadly, we'll need to fight in close range. Also, I have upgraded my cauldron to an iron cauldron. So now I can insert 8 pieces of food inside, giving me even more buffs. So look at the hurricane in action. So I can just dash in, start spinning on these guys. I have a lot of items that gives me health on hit, which is amazing with a hurricane. I can keep healing my HP as I damage these guys. And as I continued my exploration on the new island, I then found an area that was filled with a lot of ghosts. And oh my god, the damage that they did to me. They hurt a lot, so I had to run away. They explode on impact and they have so much damage. I almost died. And there was this boss that was trying to kill me. But good thing I can just spin around it and they wouldn't be able to touch me at all. I still tried running away though because I did not know about that fact that it was pretty dumb when attacking. It was a pretty slow boss, so just, you know, spin to win. Oh, it works out! Can I kill it? I think I can. Nice! I also fought a couple of slimes. They look really dangerous, but it took only a few hits and they died, so that was easy. The new island I discovered is for level 16 to 22. And currently, my objective is to craft the Cloak of Elements. And I would need to defeat all the elemental golems that drops some certain items that I would need to craft that cloak. The objective, ultimately, is to locate those golems and grab their items. I got lucky with one of the chests. It contained like a legendary accessory and I was very happy with this. Sadly, its additional bonus is for like chain lightning and I don't really have chain lightning. Or I don't use chain lightning. I then encountered some of the ice elemental golems, so I was pretty excited to defeat these guys. I was hoping to get one of the items I need to make the Cloak of Elements. Glacial Wound, the thing I need. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. I also got this new skill called the Glacial Rain, and if enemies stay inside, they get slowed down and then freeze eventually. I also have the Flame Shield, which protects me from melee attack and burns them. I then fought some wind elementals again. I did not get the item I needed last time, so I'm hoping I can get one now. They're not that hard compared to when I was using a bow, so it's very easy to spin around them. And by killing a few more of them, I finally got the Essence of Air that I need. Afterwards, I just continued killing a lot of other enemies and mining some iron ores per island that I visit. I then found some earth elementals again. Hopefully I get the item I need. And also there's like two-star ones and they were very strong. I almost died. But yeah, I was careful enough to not get harassed by their attacks. And I eventually won. And I think this is my first encounter with the fire elementals. They're not really tanky, very easy to kill. Also, if you notice, I have like a lightning dash ability. I got it from one of the skeleton mages. I forgot to mention. But it's an awesome gap closer. So I can go inside like groups of enemies and just start spinning around. The only thing left now for me to craft the Cloak of Elements is the Essence of Water. So we'll need to locate where the water golems are located. And finally, I found them just near the ocean because you know they're water. Anyways, we have defeated a couple of them and it dropped the essence of water, and now we can make the cloak. I also got a nice helmet out of this, a heavy armor level 21 helmet that increases the damage of my whirlwind skill. So let's go. And so with all the materials available, I made myself the Cloak of Elements. Now I have a really good amount of resistance against fire and ice elements. As for our next mission, it is to find who commands the undead. I have no clue where the commander of these undead would be, so I just continued exploring random islands around the area. I was so confident at one point that I fought a bunch of ghosts. I totally forgot that they do a suicide attack that does like so much damage on you that I died on the spot and lost everything. But thankfully we have a portal nearby so we can just grab our items again. I sometimes visit the previous boss just to get some of the unique items that it drops so I can dismantle it. Because it doesn't matter what level your items are, the dismantling process still gives you the same item. If it's level 30 or if it's level 10, it doesn't matter. And yeah, since these things, even though they're legendary and unique, it's still low level, so it doesn't matter. So it's time to disenchant them. The reason for this is I can use the byproducts of those disenchantments to upgrade my current gear, which is higher level compared to the ones I've looted from the lower level boss. Anyways, I've searched already 6 total islands, but I still couldn't find where the one who commands the undead is. Until I eventually stumbled upon an island that is for level 26 to 30, and oh my god, I did not think that the monsters here would be very strong that I wouldn't be able to keep up with my health regeneration. I mean, I could, but when I was faced with a 2-star giant bone construct thingy, that is when the problem arose. And there were like 2-star warriors as well, and oh my god, these guys are just so strong. Thankfully though, whenever you teleport, there's like this time frame where you become invisible and the enemies won't notice you at all. But I was pretty dumb and attacked them, so I died again. Anyways, I grinded these monsters up because they drop like level 27 to 30 gear. And I want to get like a full set of level 27 and above gear to exchange with my level 20 gear. So, enough with my confidence. I decided to fight these guys either 1-on-1 or 3 at max because I really just couldn't fight them when everyone's trying to kill me. Especially mages. They're very annoying and they're very strong, but they're easy to kill. It's just that their damage is so big that I have to run away, and they teleport and do chain lightning that doesn't miss, so I have to like instantly kill them. I have to lure them away from the mob though, or else I'll die. The thing I like about this snowy island is that there are so many starred monsters, and meaning they drop, like there's a chance that they would drop the legendary gears. So we have a chance to get legendary heavy armors. That would be very beneficial for us. So yeah, I just grinded mostly to increase my level and also get new high level gear. I have almost a complete set of orange gear now. After I finished dealing with that other island, I then visited another island in hopes that the one who commands the undead is here. And because I keep getting unfortunate deaths, since I'm a melee character and everything's very strong already, I decided to change classes to a bowman so we can attack from a distance. Good thing I looted a lot of random items that I have a complete set of leather now that is rare and above. I also upgraded my quiver to a legendary tier. Now the ball draw speed is like 50%. It shoots so fast. After that, I went to the previous islands I already went to and chopped a bunch of dark wood. I needed its core so I can upgrade my bow to legendary tier. I would need a lot of it, so I started chopping and chopping. And once I had enough, I upgraded it to legendary. So let's go. Also, my other stuff that is pretty good, I upgraded to legendary and enchanted them. So it's now time to test out our bow. It is pretty good because I can easily like just run away from the bone constructs. Also, my multi-shot works really effectively against big monsters because they hit, I mean, all the arrows mostly hit their bodies, so the damage is pretty high, and they had no chance of getting near me, so I'm pretty safe to just keep spamming my arrows like this. I tried out the glacial rain and it is very effective against the bone construct as it freezes them on place. So I'm in a really safe distance where I can just spam my arrows while they are frozen and can't get near me. Some can do, the ones who run fast. Also, the archers don't really do much. I just mostly tank them, just hit them back. I have health on hit equipment so I can just regenerate all their damage. When I was done with that island, I then move on to the next one. And finally, I think I have found the area where the boss might be. Because the monsters on this island is level 30. Nothing lower, everything is level 30. So it's gonna be a pain in the butt to go through everything here. And this thing is just like a 1-star bone construct and then a 2-star mage. Crazy. Anyways, I did not give up. Since they don't really regenerate that fast, I can just slowly kill them one by one. Also, I was right about this place being where the boss is, because here is the skeleton overlord we need to defeat to progress with our next quest. This thing isn't the problem in this fight. The problem is the monsters that it summons. It doesn't really do much. It mostly just runs away. If you avoid its range attack, then it's pretty weak. Like, the mages that it summons are way stronger. That's why I target them first rather than the boss. No, I died. I kept trying though, and this time my arrows is the best possible, which would be iron arrows. I was very close to defeating this guy, but when the moment his HP goes lower and lower, he will keep summoning more and more monsters, which is very annoying. He's dead. He's dead. We won. We won. Oh my god. So the Overlord is defeated. Greater challenges await in the next update. Alright, so what's this? And that's about it. We'll need to wait for the next update. So thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Bye now.